for joining the broadcast. As they have no ability to take any accountability. None. No ability whatsoever. One might be privy to try to understand what these types of people are like on the inside. Take any account. So, the narcissistic victim mentality is a behavioral pattern where individuals, especially narcissists, position themselves in a perpetual victim in basically all situations. This mentality often serves as a way for narcissists to avoid accountability, manipulate others, or elicit sympathy. It's a very complex dynamic where someone who might actually be causing harm portrays themselves as like the wronged or mistreated person. This is very bad for several reasons, and it looks like my personal stalker will not go away. Removes me from their feed, and then a day later adds me back so they can spy on me. I don't care what you do, lady, but maybe you'd be happy if you actually got a life. I know that you can't, but this one's for you. This one is for you. Lack of responsibility. Narcissists often refuse to acknowledge their own role in conflicts, leading to many negative situations. Instead, they like to project blame onto others, claiming to be the victim of unfair treatment. Oh, I can't believe how you treat me. Remember that? I know you remember it. As do I. Manipulation means that you're framing themselves as victims when they manipulate the emotions of someone else. Try to gain sympathy, to try to control, or simply for attention because they like it. Attention seeking. Playing the victim often brings attention from others, especially when they live with other narcissists, reinforcing the narcissist's need for validation and support, even when it's undeserved. Gaslighting. This is a big one. Gaslighting. Let me tell you. Whoo! Let me tell you. Narcissists engage in gaslighting by making others doubt their perceptions, often to maintain the narrative that they are the victim of every situation, when in fact they are the perpetrator. Perpetual conflict. Individuals with this mentality tend to find themselves in constant conflict as they believe that others are out to harm them and don't treat them fairly, reinforcing their sense of victimhood. it is important to differentiate the genuine victimhood status from the narcissistic victim mentality, which tends to be manipulative and self-serving behavior. It's very harmful to relationships, creates confusion, resentment, and emotional distress for those involved, except for the perpetrator. Can victims heal from this? Yes. It's difficult, though. Very difficult. The process requires a lot of time, self-awareness, support. It's challenging because the psychological and emotional damage that a narcissist inflicts on their victims, which includes much manipulation, gaslighting, emotional neglect, abuse. The right approach and resources, with the right approach and resources, victims can recover and regain their lives. Me? I'm not the same. In a good way and in some negative ways, but overall nothing's going to screw with me now. So, I mean, I guess the narcissist did me a favor in that aspect, but my innocence is gone. I will no longer ever be able to truly love someone. So, yeah, it's hard. It's very hard to move forward. Um, Here is how victims can heal. Recognize the abuse. Awareness is the first step in healing. Often victims that have been manipulated believe that the abuse was their fault. That's why this is truly sinister. Understanding the true dynamics of the relationship is crucial. Learning about narcissism, gaslighting, and emotional manipulation helps victims understand that their experiences are valid, and they help dismantle false beliefs that they've been led to accept. You have to set boundaries. You have to set boundaries. For many, like, complete no contact with this individual is the best way to get the narcissist to leave you alone. Whether or not they want to stalk your YouTube account, for example, you know that, and you know you're doing it, and I know that you're doing it because you do realize I have analytics, and I can see you subscribe and unsubscribe from my account. I mean, you got problems. I mean, I wouldn't do that. If I could access your Facebook account, I wouldn't even look at it. I don't. To me, you're an individual that never existed. To me. So I don't know why you do this to yourself. If I'm such a terrible person, which you know that I'm not. We both know that I'm not. You can also be unmovable. If you have to interact with these individuals, you just got to be unmovable. Call them out on their crap. Be firm. You got to tell these people no. Like, And then kind of have like a smirk on your face when you do it and see what their face tells you. Rebuilding self-esteem. This point, I'm not really all that keen on. Um, who gives a shit about self-esteem at this point? You just gotta survive and take care of yourself. But if you need to rebuild your self-esteem, do so. Um, narcissistic people abuse damages to person's self-worth. You need to be able to trust your own perceptions and feelings again, free from the narcissist influence. Affirmations and self-compassion, it's important, and counseling if you need to. CBT therapy in particular. PTSD, yeah, you can get PTSD from that, but people in war wouldn't consider that PTSD, but whatever. It is, but it's not nearly as bad as like physical PTSD. It's a different kind of PTSD. Try to rediscover who you are with passions and hobbies and new relationships, non-toxic ones. But now you can identify red flags, right? You can definitely identify red flags. Way freaking easier than before. You gotta be self-caring. Love yourself. Absolutely love yourself. Mindfulness and meditation are key. Key. Physical health. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Take care of your body for sure. That, ties in deeply to emotional health. When your body is strong, empower yourself. Be patient. Red flags are warning signs and indicators of problematic behavior. Discomfort and toxicity, especially in relationships, suggest that something might be wrong. And trust me, I had them. I saw them, but I ignored them for whatever stupid reason. Probably because I was high. Controlling behavior is bad. Lack of respect for boundaries, that's bad. Manipulation like gaslighting is bad. Twisting facts or using guilt are forms of emotional blackmail for this person to get their way. They try to shift blame onto you, try to make you feel guilty for things that you didn't do or make no sense. All of that crap. Isolation, trying to encourage you to stay away from family, friends, that sort of thing is a huge red flag. Jealousy, huge amounts of jealousy or being possessive, red flag. Being disrespectful or having dismissive attitudes is bad. Verbal and emotional abuse. You should know what this means. People with a need of power or control. Frequent lying and dishonesty, inconsistent behavior, playing the victim, and not being able to handle criticism. They might be addicts. They might want financial control. They might disrespect others. And they might overstep boundaries early. I'm going to top this off finally by describing what gaslighting means. Gaslighting is a form of psychological manipulation which a person causes someone to doubt their own perception, memory, or reality. This often leads to the victim to feel confused, anxious, or unable to get their own thoughts or experiences through their head correctly. Like they just got to question their reality. It comes from the 1944 movie Gaslit, or Gaslight, where her husband tries to manipulate his wife to believing she is losing her sanity by altering elements of their environment, like dimming the gas lights and denying that anything was changed. Denial of reality is a proponent of gaslighting. They will blatantly deny things that happened when there's clear evidence. Gaslighters downplay the victim's feelings and experiences by trying to tell them that you're overreacting or that you're too sensitive. They'll twist facts. They'll create confusion. They'll withhold information. They'll project what they do onto whoever they're doing this stuff to. And they might want to isolate you. Gaslighting will have very severe emotional and psychological effects. They'll doubt their reality. They'll lose confidence in themselves. Feel paranoid. Almost get like an emotional dependency on the abuse in severe cases. And obviously feel very isolated. People gaslight for power and control, to avoid accountability, and for manipulation. Now, you want to respond to gaslighting simply by trusting your instincts. If something feels off, it probably is. Keep records of what's going on. Document it. Seek external validation. If somebody sees it, you can take them to the podium and vouch for you, you know? Set boundaries. Consider professional help. We will continue this next time. Thank you for watching, whoever you are out there. The one person watching. I appreciate you. You have a good rest of your day.